vehicle hit and killed a rideshare driver during demonstrations. It follows anti-government protests that began earlier this week, sparked by a lack of jobs, the cost of living and a new monthly housing allowance for lawmakers. That's 10 times the city's minimum wage.
Escorted the body of Afan Kurniawan to his burial on Friday. Afan died Thursday evening after being run over by a police tactical van in the chaos of mass protests against the Indonesian parliament in Jakarta.
Sangat miris, hati kami semua sangat miris dan sangat...
I'm in Hong Kong just for the night. I'm making my way to Vietnam, and I can't be silenced. I think if I do so, it doesn't seem right. And especially I have quite a decent number of Indonesian followers on my channel. My channel is international. Yes, I spend a lot of time these days in Indonesia, in Malaysia, you know. And I didn't want to talk about this thing, but to some degree I'm happy to see Indonesians are taking to the streets. I do not want to start any rebellion or whatsoever. And the thing I briefly talked about when it comes towards the quality of life in Indonesia for the locals, it isn't that fun, really. It is very, very bad. I mean, the quality of life, the difference between the rich and the poor, it's like an ocean away. I kid you not. It is a huge gap. Go. This.
Thank you.
Okay? Don't. Be careful. No, I don't want. All right? Hey, go home. Home. Okay? Just have this in mind. Most people in Indonesia, if they are lucky to make $200 a month, bear in mind, a lot of the people are working 6 hours and 6 days a week, working longer hours, 12 hours, some even overtime, understand? And it's remarkable how a lot of the people there, they don't really express it when they see a foreigner. They're very joyful, very friendly, they're always laughing. I think it's the nature of Indonesians, really. And if you see them erupt in this manner, well, that just says a lot, really. There's a lot that's happening there. Apparently, the reason behind this rebellion and chaos, or what looks like, what is it, a civil war, right? It's a process that started in Jakarta, and then now it's widespread across the country. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on Instagram popping up, and also my friend sharing a lot about the situation there. Even my friend got affected by this, but thank goodness his situation now is getting a lot more better. It is no easy place to live, unfortunately, you know. And it's part of the reason why whenever I'm in Indonesia, I try to explore, you know, all the places, all the regions in Indonesia, right? And recently I was in Makassar. Boy, the quality of life for the people there, it's very low, and the people are very nice, very, very nice. Indonesians everywhere I've been to, they're incredibly awesome, right? So there was a situation as well where a young boy, it's a Gojek rider, was brutally run over by the police, and he got on life. So it's absolutely sad. When I saw that footage, I was like, wow. So apparently there's a case of police brutality in Indonesia that has been going on for many, many years, and the locals, they've had enough. The cost of food has also risen up. The cost of sending their kids to education, most families can't afford it. Hence why the education in that part of the world, in Indonesia, it's ranked very, very, very low. You know, and that is the most concerning thing when it comes towards the future projection of the young people, really. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of opportunity there. And even for those who have work, right, they've been laid off. Quite a lot of people have been laid off, really. And if you do not have any college, university degree or whatever, right, you are going to find it incredibly difficult, really. I've met and I've given money to kids who are begging. I shouldn't do that. But when I see a mother with their kids, we're in the streets and they're begging, you can't help all of them, but whenever you can, and it just brings tears to your eyes. And especially I have younger brothers as well. I know they're growing now, and yes, I am privileged in that way. I didn't grow up in such setting. It's sad. It's really, really sad what most Indonesians are experiencing. And what frustrates the Indonesian people is how the politicians are making 10 times more than the locals, and they don't seem to have any courtesy, and that is cause behind this protest, or some would say riots, really. And I think some politicians as well, their houses being invaded, raided, and vandalizing taking place. I don't condone violence, do you understand? And it's really, really, really sad to see the state right now in Indonesia, and how people are not having the best of life. Let's face it, it's really a tough place to live. And when you go to places like Bali, it's mainly foreigner centric. You are going to see a lot of foreigners from different part of the world. They're living the best life, surely, including me as well. I love Bali. It's a place I will always go, and people do support, right? This is part of the reason why when you as a foreigner, you go to Bali, you tend to get an exceptional service, because the people know how hard life is and how tourism is so important to Indonesia. And if you take that away from Indonesia, it can be a huge problem, you understand? Especially in places like Bali, do you know? Yeah, I do sympathize for the Indonesians out there. I have just found out about this yesterday, and then I was like, okay, today I need to talk about this, really. I know I'm jeopardizing my visit to Indonesia in the future. I shouldn't talk about this. I'm a foreigner, and I'm glad I didn't start this. I didn't start the debate or making suggestion or whatever. I'm just saying based on what I've seen, really. Especially I have traveled to several cities and islands in Indonesia. It's a place that is so special to me, and the people are always nice to me. And being a Muslim as well, I can relate with a lot of Indonesians, you understand? So it's not easy. It's not easy, really. Just imagine if you are a parent, right, and you have to go through all of this stuff, right, and you're heavily getting taxed by the officials, and why a lot of them are living lavish life, and you're constantly struggling to put food on a table for your family. It's sad. It's really sad, honestly. I kid you not. Some people are making less than $100 a month. Seriously, it's insane. It's not right. It's really not right. Even when you look at other Western companies as well, the exploitation that is taking place in Indonesia, it's really sad, man. It's honestly sad. Honestly, that's the reason why whenever I'm out there, I try to help as much as I can. I know I'm not the richest guy, I try to be nice. I cannot give money to everyone, but of course, and I have a platform. If I can use it to enact change, that is the most important thing to me, honestly. I do sympathize with all of you Indonesians out there. I'm going to leave it here. I'm very, very tired, unfortunately. I can't speak that much on this sort of thing. It's very sensitive, but I do understand what you're going through, And bear in mind, I'm a foreigner, you understand? Indonesia, I don't have any citizenship there, I have no status there. I'm just a foreigner that love going to Indonesia. And I hope you don't ban me, please. Please. I just want to voice my opinion based on what I've seen, and I can understand why people are protesting. And for those who have never been to Indonesia, you may not understand this until you get there. They are one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Unbelievable, man. They are so nice. If you go to Indonesia, it's a different vibe. Trust me, man. You've seen the images right now. It's a special place. I will not trade it for no one. What a fantastic country. Once again, please don't ban me. I'm just trying to voice my opinion based on what I've personally seen. You understand? So that's it for now. Stay strong out there, and I hope your protests can enact a bit of a change. You know, it can improve your lives out there in Indonesia. Saya suka Indonesia.